OTK is leaving Twitch. Or at least that's what they say. You might be wondering, why would OTK leave Twitch? They're like literally the poggers community. They're one of the biggest communities on Twitch, if not the biggest community on Twitch. Well, there's a very big reason for this. At the end of me explaining everything that's going on, I'll explain why I don't think this is going to kill off Twitch. But Dexerto did a really good job of summarizing all of the changes that Twitch is making. Asmongold did a really good video if you want to see more details about what exactly is happening, because he went in depth on the new terms of service there. But essentially, Twitch is heavily limiting the types of advertisements that streamers can do while they're streaming. Many of these restrictions come in the form of restricting burn-in ads, which means like, logos on the stream, banner ads, as well as like mid-roll ads. So basically like full screen ads that run like commercial breaks. It's a huge deal specifically because, big companies such as OTK, they rely on these types of ads in order to be profitable. And like the leader of OTK, the current CEO, Tips Out, said, if this goes through, OTK Network will be leaving Twitch. This is a direct attack on our business, staff, and all the hard work that we have put into our organization. And you might be like, well, why would OTK have to leave Twitch over this? Well, you have to consider the fact that many of OTK's events, rely on this types of advertising because, otherwise, how else will Mountain Dew and Chipotle monetize some of these people trying to feed an alcoholic alcohol?
No, you can't.
She's anti-meds.
She can't. She actually can't. Melina.
Isn't this a turnoff? This is such a...
Melina, please, Melina. She actually can't. She actually can't.
Listen to him. He's cuffing us.
Melina.
Do you really want to, be deprived of such content? So, Tips Out said OTK would come out with a statement, and OTK did. They came out with this big old statement, which didn't in black and white terms say that they would be leaving Twitch. However, if you read this towards the end, and I would recommend that everybody go read this, towards the end, it does say, on June 10th, OTK will host our second annual Games Expo. These shows, as well as other community favorites, cannot exist under the suffocating canopy of these new branded guidelines. Small streamers who rely on their once-a-month HelloFresh sponsorship cannot pay their bills under these new guidelines. And the aspiring creator who has yet to press the go live button cannot do so in confidence under these new guidelines. So I think that, what this is kind of saying, without being so explicit in this, is that if Twitch does not roll back these policies by June 10th, OTK will find a new home. And you might be asking yourself, well, where on earth could OTK go? I mean, it's not like there are any competitors out there to Twitch. Well, Miskiff, who is no longer an owner at OTK, and probably for good reason, recently put out a statement saying OTK will go to YouTube, Rumble, or Kick, which, certainly makes sense because, like Asmongold himself said,
does YouTube do this? No. Does Rumble do this? No. Does Kick do this? Absolutely not.
Which I think is pretty much all you need to know about the situation when it comes to small streamers or, these sort of streaming organizations broadcasting on Twitch. Now, one thing that he said that was interesting is that the streamer awards will not be possible and any high quality production will be too expensive to make and will not be possible. There's a part of me that isn't sure about this because, if these organizations move over to a company like OTK, move over to a company like Kick, for example, I do think that, the sponsors would stick around. They would still make the money. And not only that, the streamers actually would make more money on those other platforms than they would on Twitch because Twitch is trying to reduce the amount of money that they give the streamers. So especially for smaller streamers who weren't enjoying the 70-30 split on Twitch to begin with, will still be able to make a lot of money on a platform like Kick. Like, look, I can understand saying that, you're going to make less money on Kick if you stream there today, because there aren't that many users on Kick, but that's because there aren't that many big streamers on Kick. If OTK goes to Kick, I think instantly Kick will be big enough to the point where OTK will be able to make the level of money that will allow the stream rewards to be possible. So I'm not too worried about the streamer rewards, although I'm a little bit confused as to why he thinks that the streamer rewards will not be possible, because if they move to another platform, those revenue streams will in no way be changed or modified or removed at all. He also made this point here. He said LCS is doomed and CS tournaments are done, which is rather interesting because of the direction where I think that Twitch is trying to go. I think that, I know I'm risking sounding corny here, but I think this is just a new beginning. Because I think that as of late, Twitch is sort of regretting the business model that they've set up. Having these smaller streamers on their platform, streaming for free. And, at the end of the day, Twitch is just not a sustainable platform when it comes to money, which is why you're seeing a lot of these movements in the first place. I suspect that Twitch wants to be a sort of almost like a fast service where big companies come or they make a deal with Twitch to broadcast. Twitch, signs some sort of dotted line to have a contract so they have guaranteed money from these broadcasters. They make more money, and at the same time, these people who are trying to broadcast now have the added benefit of having a reliable platform where they can reach millions and millions of people, because Twitch is not just a very popular service, but also it has plenty of apps. So if you broadcast on Twitch, then you could just go on a computer, go on a phone, go on most smart TV systems, and just watch some Twitch. So I think that this is going to help Twitch move into an arena of broadcasting events that are, run by more major organizations. Not to say that OTK is a minor organization, but I'm thinking along the lines of, they have the NFL now, right? If Amazon wanted to make another deal with another sports organization like the NBA or NASCAR or something to stream some of their sports games, I think those companies would be on board with, signing a dotted line, a contract with Amazon to give them money, and in turn you're getting some ad revenue. And, Amazon would be happy, because that's the type of deal that would make Twitch a sustainable platform long term. And I know that for a lot of current Twitch fans, this is going to be disappointing news, because, that's not what we use Twitch for. This is not why we use the platform. We don't use the platform, to watch what is basically just like free broadcast sports events. We use it to watch, our favorite streamers. But at the end of the day, this platform is just not going to be the same forever, especially if they're trying to last forever. So while I don't think that Twitch is going to die, I think the classic Twitch community is, going to at the very least move to another platform, if not die altogether. Now, I think that most of these streamers and orgs will be fine. Again, I think they're just going to go to Kick or a place like that, make boatloads of money, and eventually be able to make the same amount of money so they can pull off the same events that they were pulling off before, and I think all will be well. Misgift does raise an interesting question when it comes to esports, though, because esports leagues notoriously don't make a lot of money, so one would question whether or not they'd be able to sign the type of contract with a platform like Twitch in order to continue streaming on there. But still, they could always move to Kick. They could always move to YouTube or one of these other platforms and continue to make money that way. I think that some of this fear-mongering over the events dying out is a little bit unwarranted, because at the end of the day, you can always just move platforms. As long as the audience follows, you'll be fine. But, I do understand people being upset if, they love Twitch for what it is, because, yeah, it is kind of sad to see the Twitch that used to exist die off. But at the end of the day, I think everyone will be fine except for the Twitch community on Twitch. I'm expecting Twitch to shed a lot of their current users just because this is not what we use the platform for. So, it would be nice if Twitch, recants these changes. I don't think that they will, though, because this is a smart business move for Twitch, if I'm being honest. Like, I can see where they're trying to go, and I do think that it is a smart decision in the long run, even if it hurts the current consumers. Because at the end of the day, Twitch wants a completely different type of content, and they want a completely different type of viewer. So if they're doing that, of course they're going to make people upset, but, I don't think that means that they can't be successful. It is what it is, but let me know in the comments where you think your favorite streaming organizations should go. I personally am kind of digging Kick, but I do think that overall YouTube is probably the best middle-of-the-road platform to go to, just because, there's good discoverability with shorts, but we'll see.